So first things is you see a lot of target cells here, and the target cells could be a sign of adrenal stress, or you're not oxygenating enough, not enough iron and B12, folic acid, things like that. When you see that there are different sizes too, that could mean the same thing. And then this guy here, when you start to see that, I don't know if you're having any back issues, lower back problems.
Slightly.
Okay, that could be a kidney problem if it's not structural.
Okay.
And then the double overlap, they're not that consistent, but that's all we really see. We don't really see a cluster.
Yeah.
You end up seeing the double overlap, and that could be hormonal and or thyroid related, things like that. The plasma looks good in the background. That cell is a sign that it's just dying out right there.
Okay.
When you see them shaped kind of like this, it's like you're maybe just low on antioxidants for radical damage is occurring in that one and that one.
Okay.
That one there is a little different because it kind of protrudes. It's called a protrusion, and that's generally a sign that the gallbladder might be stressed out.
Okay.
The blood plasma looks great. I mean, I don't see any signs, at least, of if you're having a hard time digesting fats. There's no fat in your blood. Oh, there's a parasite right there. You don't have any candida or yeast, which is really great, but it's probably because your diet. And right there is a little bit of right there, that's a little bit of fungus.
Okay.
That could just be airborne, if anything.
Okay.
These are more crystals, so that could be like the fat digestion. Because it's kind of like a crystal. But your digestion is probably pretty good. You just have pretty much like free radical damage, which you probably can't control that too much due to, you know, the air we breathe and things like that. And a few ovocytes, like they're a little bit oval. Again, that's hormonal related and or a B12 deficiency.
But mostly you see target cells.
Yeah, so either you're just not taking deep enough breaths. I don't know if you're under a lot of stress. Your adrenal glands could be stressed out, or you're just... I would doubt that it's an iron issue, but I don't know. What would you think? No.
Could be adrenal stress.
Okay. And then when it starts fading like that, it's a mineral deficiency.
Okay. Those circles look good. There's one that's...
That one was attacked from the parasite, basically.
Okay.
I've seen them... Oh, there's a spirochete.
Okay.
So those guys are the nasty guys, right?
Where is it here?
He's right here. He flips. See how that guy just moves more freely, and then this guy kind of flips. So that's a spirochete. Really, what I know of those is there's another spirochete because he's a flipper guy. This is unfortunate, these guys, because it's like there's 29 different types of spirochete that I'm aware of, and 2 of them, you know, are the Lyme, the Babesia, and whatever the other one is. I highly doubt you have it, but these are still part of the family, and we can get them from even deer flies, or from even what I read, you can get them from, you know, exchanging fluids with other people. So,
okay.
All right, you ready? It's right in the middle of the slide. So they're more on top of one another.
What's the term?
Aggregation.
Aggregation.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that mean for the blood? Stickier?
Well, what ends up, it's like people, you know, like our blood cells. The more you need another person to survive, the more you're going to latch onto them and take everything out of them. When we can be independent, we don't need anything. So they're latching onto one another because they started to lose their life force.
Yeah.
They started to lose nutrition, oxygen. So they start to huddle in on one another because they're trying to grab it off the other cell.
This is after 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
standing 2 feet away from the smart meter inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Standing in the house, but the smart meter's on the outside
Mm-hmm.
wall.
Your white blood cell is really whacked out. It should be nice and round.
This one?
Yeah.
So this is throughout the slide. It's aggregated.
Well, I'm taking you to the center of the slide, which is generally where you want to take the reading from.
Yeah.
Because when you start getting to the outside, it's all going to be aggregated.
Okay.
And I'm right in the center.
The previous one was in the center also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the center of the blood, if that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Rather than the slide. I'd say your theories are pretty correct.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm-mm. They're almost better than the first read.
So this is in the presence of safe space
Look at your white blood cells
for
too.
5 minutes. Point out the white blood cell
Right there.
in the upper left.
Yeah, it's not as contorted.
So I was standing in front of the smart meter just like before
Mm-hmm.
for 5 minutes, but it had Safe Space products, a sticker, and a
You have a lot more white blood cells though, but that's probably because you were in front of the smart meter.
wow, it looks good. No target cells either.
No. It's almost like you want to wear a safe space.
Well, yeah, I mean, we sell it to patients who flips them. We sell it to patients and tell them to keep it in their pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah, put it on your cell phone.
look at that. I mean, your white blood cell count looks a little higher, but I think it's just because,
Because it needs to fight off
yeah, that's...
bugs.
Well, I think that you were in front of that smart meter and then you probably were producing more.
Okay.
But it looks good to me.
All right, good, thanks.
Mm-hmm.